Good morning, everyone. I'm R. Velvuri, Assistant Professor of CSC Department, going to handle the subject Design and Analysis of Algorithm, the topic backtracking. So, the topic consists of backtracking and branch bound algorithm. We'll see the introduction of a backtracking. Backtracking is the general algorithm for finding all the solution to some computational problem that incrementally builds candidates to a solution and abundance the each partial candidate, that is called backtracking. So backtracking is it when you're solving any solution for the problem, it has to track from initial root node to end node. So if the solution is not found, again we have to track node from the end node to possible feasible solution. So this is called as backtracking. The algorithm systematically searches for a solution to a problem among all available options. It does by assuming the solutions are represented by the vectors v1 to vi. Usually the solution will have from 1 to I stage. So we have to track the edges from vertices from 1 to I. We have to traverse all the search node from 1 to I. Here we have two types of backtracking, depth first search and breadth first search. So in backtracking is algorithm, a systematic way to iterate through all the possible configuration of a search space. So we have to see all the configuration. Iteration is that repeatedly we have to check for the all the configuration in the search space. A vector will have v equal to v1 to vi. Every each step we have to follow from v to vi and try to extend the another element till n. We have to keep on adding the element till n. And algorithm here, the algorithm shows try v1 to vi. We have to track from the root node to end node vi. So if the solution is there, we have to return to the node. We have to check all the node. If it is accept, we have to move to other node. Then we have to have a solution. If not, we have to track again to the back node. So this is the algorithm for the backtracking algorithm. So deeply pruning stage is the, so we have to deeply search all the domain from solution on all the possible things. We have to search the solution. The valid criteria used in this checking for acceptable vectors determines what portion of the speeds need to be searched, and so it's also determines the resource required by the algorithm to make a backtracking program efficient enough to solve the interesting problems. We must prune the search space by terminating every search path the instant that is clear not to lead the solution. So we have to deeply prune the algorithm based on the leaf tree. So here, see the diagram here, up we have S1, down leaf node we have S2. So prunely we have to search first S1 and we have to move to S2. S1 will be the node of V1 and S2 will be the node of V2. So backtracking the traversal of a solution space can be represented by depth first search tree. The tree itself rarely enters sorted by the algorithm. Instead, the path towards root it is sought. So automatically the tree itself gets traversed from the root node. So that is called as backtracking. So when you move forward on x equal to 1 branch, add a variable to track to the sum of subset to the particular node. So suppose when you move forward on x is equal to 1 branch, add a variable that which was to be tracked to the subset. So that is called as backtracking depth first search. Now we'll see the diagram of how the backtracking depth first search works. So here, as I said, in backtracking we have two types, depth first search and breadth first search. In depth first search, from we have to traverse from root node. So we have to finish from the left mode and to the, and we have to, after finishing the leftmost search, then we have to move for the rightmost search. So usually how the tree will form means, so this is binary search tree. How the binary search form will be, from the root node, lowest term will be in the left side, the greatest term all will be in the right hand side. So the depth first search how it works means, so now the from the root node, from the root node we have moved traverse from the all the left node. See all the left node. After completing all the left node, then again it travels to the rightmost node. So all the right node. This is called as depth first search. So the basic principle of backtracking is, the principal idea of backtracking is to construct the solution as component at that time and then evaluate such partially constructed solution. First, we have to find the solutions and what are the components at the particular time. And then only we have to evaluate the partially constructed solutions. So here, this is a starting node. See the diagram here, the starting node. We have to track usually the dead end of the each node. So In the first leaf, it is not success. In second leaf, it's not success. In the third leaf, it is success. This is the state space tree in backtracking algorithm. So here in backtracking algorithm, we have, for example, we are giving a two boys and girls should be seated in a row. So what are the feasible solution should be tracked? So in first solution, I am keeping the boy 1. The root node will be starts from the here B2, and in first row I'm placing the boy in 1, and second column placing the boy 2, and third column I'm placing the girl G. Now, this is the one feasible solution. The condition is that the girl should not sit in the middle where the two boys are sitting in the alternate solution. The girls should not sit in the middle. This is the solution. So, now, how are the feasible solutions to be taken place? So, in first row, boy 1 is sitting. In second column, boy 2 is sitting. G. Yes, the condition is satisfied. In second, boy 1 is sitting in first column. And second row, G is sitting, girl is sitting. And third is B2. Here, condition is not satisfied since G is in the middle, girl is in the middle. The condition is not satisfied. Now, moving on to third. Boy 2 is sitting in the first row, first column. Boy 1 is sitting in second column. And G, girl is sitting in third. So condition is satisfied. Now I'm saying to other feasible solution. Boy 2, girl, boy 1, not satisfied. Next I'm saying it girl, boy 1, B2. Yes, condition is satisfied. Next moving to last condition, girl, B2, B1. Yes, condition is satisfied. Now the feasible solutions are B1, B2, G, B2, B1, G, G, B1, B2, G, B2, B1. Here I'm backtracking 6 times, but the possible solutions are 4 possible solutions in the, when I'm seeing the problem for the girl should not sit in the middle of both the boys. So here 4 feasible solutions are satisfied. So, a backtracking algorithm is a problem-solving algorithm that uses a brute force approach for finding the desired approach. So, a backtracking is the best algorithm method to find the desired output, and the complete solution for the problem is called backtracking algorithm. The brute force approach tries out all the possible solutions and chooses the desired best solution. So, mainly the brute force approach will see all the best solution and find the one particular desired solution. The term backtracking suggests that if the current solution is not suitable, then backtracking finds the other solution using the recursion approach. So we already saw about what is meant by recursive. Recursive function is that, so recursive function is keep on searching the one function occurs more than one time. Recursively you call the particular function is called recursive function. So using backtracking method, recursive function is the best approach for get the best solution for the problem. Here in recursive approach, we have 3 types: substitution method, master method, and recursion tree method. In substitution method, we have 2 types: forward substitution and backward substitution. In recursion and master method and recursion tree method, these are the possible method for the backtracking method. So we have a multiple solution. From the multiple solution, we have to take the one optimal solution. This is a general backtracking algorithm. So now we are going to check with the condition. If X, check with the condition. If X is not a solution, return to the false. If X is a new solution, particularly X is a new solution, satisfy the condition, add to the list. Now you're backtracking expand to the node. Now again backtrack, these are the backtracking general problems. What are the problems you will be talk? Still now we saw about the what is meant by backtracking, general introduction about the backtracking. These are the backtracking problems, that is n-queen problem, sum of subset problems, graph coloring problem, Hamiltonian problem, knapsack problem. These are the possible problems to solve the backtracking solutions. Now, what is queen problem? What is meant by queen problem is, here I have given the puzzle for a chessboard. Consider that 8 queens I have placed. Here 8 queen puzzle is the problem of placing 8 chess queens on a board. No two queens are attack each other. This is a problem where 2 queens are not attack each other. So how we will find the solution? No 2 queens are going to share the same row, same column or diagonal. No 2 queens are going to share the same row, same column or diagonal. This is the condition should be followed. So the 8 queens is an example here, n queens problem. So how I'm going to place all my queens in the chessboard. Here I've given the 8 queens here. How the solution is going to be followed. So here See, any arrangement from 0 to initial state is 0 queens on the board. Initial stages, no queens on the board. The successor is, what is the successor? Add one queen, any square, you can add the square. The goal is 8 queens should be in the board. This is the formula for the first initial condition, no queen should be there. And second successor function, you keep on adding the queens in the square. And third goal is that your no, all the queens should be placed in the chessboard without attacking each other. So this is the concept. Now how it works. So we are keeping using the recursive call attempts to place them. As I said, when you are calling more than one time the function, we use the recursive function. So for queen problem, we are using the recursive call attempt in the particular specific column. So for a given call, we are mainly focused on the call. The current step backtracking. If the placement within the column does not lead to the solution, the queen is removed and moved down the column. Previous step tracking. When all rows in the column have been tired, the call terminates and backtracks to the previous call. Now how we are going to, steps going to be revised from the backtracking. Now first, place the first queen in the left upper corner of the table. Save the attack position. Move to the next queen. Search for the valid position. If there is one, go to the step 8. There is not a valid position, delete the queen. Move the previous queen, go to the step 4. Place to the first valid position. Save the attack position. If the queen is processed, the last step, otherwise go to the step 3. These are the steps should be followed for the backtracking for the n queens problem. Now 8 queen problem. This is the general algorithm for 8 queens. What is the algorithm? Put the queen in the row. For every position column on the same row, going to check, and if not placed, go into the column available, and you're going to see the column is available or not. And now place the queen in the position column. Now we are going to check with the row less than 8. If it is less than 8, row is going to be +1. Remove the queen from the position column. Finally, the 8 queen position have 92 distinct solution. 92 distinct solution can be placed here. If the solution that differ only by a symmetric operation, the board has 12 unique of the fundamental solution. This is the general unique solution for the 8 queens problem. The following table gives the number of solution of n queens, both unique and distinct. So both consider as n is equal to 1 minus 26 possible solutions we can have. There is no exact number of the solution. Total number of solution, as I said, 26 unique solutions. What are the unique solution? What are the exact timing here? We have seen to solve the n queens problem. S is here seconds, M is the minute, H is the hour, D is the days. Now, after we have seen about n queen problems, now we move on to sum of subset problem. What is sum of subset problem? Is a set of elements is given. From the set of elements, we are going to give a subset. So the subset should be equal to the value total sum. So this is the output. Here, for example, given a set of elements and some value, we need to find all the possible subsets of the element with the sum equal to the sum value. Here said example is 10, 7, 5, 18, 12, 20, 15. The sum I've given is 30. So how I am going to form subset from the elements, the value of sum 30 should be there. So here I am formed the 4 subset. 10, 5, 15, that is a one set. 10, 20 is a one set. 7, 5, 18 is the other set. And 18, 12 is the other set. Here two ways of solving the subset problem. One is brute force algorithm and other is the backtracking algorithm. Usually brute force algorithm is very slow, backtracking algorithm is very fast. And backtracking algorithm using the recursive algorithm, we will get the correct solution based on the reducer, and also the time complexity will be reduced. Some set of problem solution using backtracking algorithm. The main idea is to add the number to the stack and track the sum of stack values. The main idea of the backtracking is what means we have to add the stack value and we have to track from this particular stack value. You have to keep on adding the stack. Adding the number to the stack, check the sum of all the elements is equal to the sum. When we are adding the stack in the value, we should, before adding, we should check the value is equal to the sum value. If yes, then enter into the stack. If not, remove from the stack. If the sum of stack element exceeds the sum value, then pop the last inserted element. If the value is exerted from the 30, the sum value 30, we have to pop the element from the last value. You know the pop in, pop out. So that is the, in the stack, usual formula is which is going in last will come first out. That is last in, first out. This is the stack concept. Now what is meant by coloring? Next problem, we will move on to what is meant by coloring. The graph coloring is the assignment of colors to the vertices of graph. Strictly speaking, the color is a proper coloring if no two adjacent vertices have the same color. So here nodes are we call as V. When two nodes are connected to each other, we call as a edges. So here the node green color, yellow color adjacent of blue and red. So here adjacent nodes should not have the same color. So this is the two adjacent vertices should not have the same color. This is the concept of coloring. Now yellow color is not adjacent to blue and red. Same way the red is not adjacent to yellow and blue. The blue is not adjacent to orange and red. So this is a perfect graph coloring. Now here coloring planar graph definition. The graph is a planar if it can be drawn in a plane without edge crossing. We have to see without edge crossing whether it can be drawn or not. The four color theorem for every planar is a graph. Now we move on to vertex coloring. Vertex coloring is assignment of labels or colors to each factors such that no edge connects us to identically colored vertices. Edge coloring. We have to see about vertex coloring, edge coloring. Now, last topic, we move on to Hamiltonian circuit problem. The Hamiltonian problem is concerned about finding the Hamiltonian circuits in a given graph. The same path you should not take the graph. Now, for example, now A, B, C, D, E, F. How the path is going to be taken. Now I can travel from A to B, B to C, C to D, E to F. That is a dead end. Again, same path I cannot take to the A. So how will I take the path? F, E, C, D, A. So this is the right solution for the Hamilton path. Definition of Hamilton path is a traceable path, is a path that visits each vertex exactly once. So exactly once only you have to track the path. This is called as Hamiltonian graph. So next branch and bound technique. So deeply we have to solve the problem for numerical distical combinational problems. We see about the branch and bound technique, which is going to be quantitatively optimized from the backtracking solution. So graphically, all this problem can be using binary search tree. We can prove the branch and bound technique. Going back to the path from the root node is called backtracking. The set of candidates, all the from the processing elements we call as a candidate list. So this is about the branch and bound technique. Thank you.